everyone, welcome back to our YouTube channel. So today I'll be sharing with you some common mistakes that every aspirant makes during his or her preparation throughout. So these are some common things that you all might be doing, and obviously these are basic things that you already might be knowing even without me telling it to you. But at times what happens is that you need someone to tell you the things, right? So here are some common mistakes that I do not want you and anyone for that matter to make, right? So the first and the foremost thing I would like to say is that taking mock tests granted, right? So a lot of us during preparation, what we think is only studying, only making notes, and just preparing is extremely important. And what we forget basically during this whole while is that most important is the mock test, because when you attempt the mock test, that is the time when you actually understand your true potential and capacity. Because unless and until you do not try the mock test, you won't understand as to how much time you have to dedicate for each question, and your strengths and weaknesses and everything basically. So taking mock tests granted is a very big mistake from many aspirants, and that is the reason. And even the number of mock tests, the more the merrier basically when it comes to mock tests. And also quality mock test, as in even if you do 5 mock tests per se in the beginning, at least for an initial phase, and not analyzing it is again a mistake. So just mindlessly doing mock tests is also not something that I would recommend. So even if you're doing 5 mock tests initially, analyze it, right? Analyze your mistakes, check it for yourself as to what you're doing wrong, what you're doing right. Would you have, would you want to have like a different strategy for it, and so on and so forth, right? The second thing which is there is not studying questions from the previous papers. So as the history has it, a lot of questions get repeated, or I would rather say that even the pattern gets repeated, right, in the UPSC exams. So if you do not go through your previous year questions paper at once at least, then how will you know the pattern? How will you know those range of topics from which questions might just pop out, right? So going through the questions from the previous papers is again of utmost importance. Now, this particular point, I think everyone must have gone through this particular phase once or maybe more than once. Not preparing without a timetable. At times what happens is that we do make a timetable, right, which is basically like, supposedly from 1 o'clock to 2 o'clock, from then 2 o'clock to 3 o'clock, without any breaks, continuous studying. And then when we fail to achieve that, because of course nobody can study like that, nobody can study without breaks, and when we fail to do that, when we fail to achieve the timetable, we somehow get very disappointed, and we just completely disregard the idea of making timetable only, which is where we go wrong. Without a proper timetable, without a schedule, how can you function, how can you manage? Because there's so many things to do, you will get all confused if you do not make a timetable. So a timetable which is achievable, right, not very ambitious per se, but also not very easy. It should be like a challenge, right? But also it should be in cooperation with your skills and your abilities too. And that is how you can grow, and that is how you can, organize yourself, maybe as a person too, right? Then is the point that is about missing short and handy notes. So a lot of people are into note making, but what I have seen through my experience is that they make long notes, and some people even just copy exactly the same text from the book as it is. What is the point? We're not here for some writing competition. We're not here to marvel at how beautiful your writing is. So no need to copy exactly what it is, because that means you're just writing the book, right? Then what's the point? Or the author has already written it. It's already in the printed format. You don't have to do that. So make short, crisp and handy notes which you can revise at the last moment, because if your notes are as long as the book, then what is the point of even making the notes, right? So make it short, make it crisp and to the point, and also very, very interactive, very colorful, right? That's how you will be interested in actually revising the notes too. So these were the tips from my side. Actually not tips, these were the things that, mistakes basically that aspirants do, and I do not want you to make. And again, as I always say, a huge all the best for all the aspirants out there. You guys are doing, you guys are doing your best, and I hope the best for you. So stay tuned for more such educational content. Thank you.